You're doing everything wrong. You're chasing people, trying to look perfect, suffocating them with attention, and it's actively repelling them. Stop. Science shows the exact psychological mechanism you're missing and the 4 brutal steps to reverse it today. But here's the thing. We've all been sold this massive lie. The self-help books tell you to smile more, mirror their body language, ask them about their day, and be this endlessly available, perfectly pleasant robot. It's exhausting. And frankly, it's why you're sitting there feeling invisible, whether you're a young guy trying to get a date or a frustrated parent wondering why your teenager locks their door the second you walk into the room. Think about it. Think about a guy named Mark. Mark read all the books. He wanted people to like him at his new job, so he became the yes man. He brought coffee. He agreed with every bad opinion in the break room. He texted back within 4 seconds. Want to know what happened next? His coworkers didn't think, wow, Mark is great. They stopped seeing him entirely. He became background noise, like a generic office chair. Here's where it gets messy. Human psychology does not crave what is easy, abundant, or desperate. We are wired to value what is scarce, stable, and slightly out of reach. It goes back to a foundational concept in behavioral economics and neurobiology called the Scarcity Principle, mixed with some heavy dopamine baseline manipulation. When you make yourself endlessly available, you plummet your own psychological value. You aren't being nice, you're being cheap. So how do you actually fix this? Step 1 is the hardest because it requires you to shut up. It's called the contrast effect. Right now, your baseline is noise. You talk too much, you explain yourself too much, you try too hard to fill the silence. Look at the research by Dr. Robert Cialdini on influence. The human brain evaluates value based on contrast. If you are always talking, your words mean nothing. The next time you're in a room, let the silence sit. Don't jump to fix it. Let the other person wonder what you're thinking. The moment you pull back your energy just 10%, the other person's brain shifts from, I'm being suffocated to, wait, where did they go? It triggers an immediate urge to pursue. Now, step 2. You need a misdirection. Most people think attraction is about showing off your resume, your car, or your perfect parenting skills. It's not. It's about the Pratfall effect. This is a real psychological phenomenon documented by Aronson. He found that ultra-perfect people are actually deeply unlikable. We don't trust them. We think they're hiding something. But when a highly competent person makes a small, messy mistake, spills a coffee, admits they don't know something, laughs at their own awkwardness, their likeness scores skyrocket. Why? Because flaws make you safe. If you're a parent trying to connect with a kid who hates you right now, stop pretending you have your life together. Admit you screwed up today at work. Watch their shoulders drop. But wait, there's a trap here. Don't confuse this with self-pity. Nobody is attracted to a victim, which brings us to step 3, high-status independence. There's a concept in psychology called emotional contagion. If you enter a room looking for validation, people smell the anxiety. They pull away. Instead, you need to possess what researchers call an internal locus of control. You are grounded in your own reality. Mark, the guy from earlier, finally figured this out. He stopped bringing people coffee. He started eating lunch alone outside, reading a book, completely locked into his own world. He wasn't being rude, he was just occupied. And guess what? Within a week, 2 people from his department asked if they could join him. Why? Because his world looked more stable and interesting than theirs. People want to climb aboard a ship that is already sailing. They don't want to rescue a sinking boat. So what's the final piece, the one everyone misses? It's variable reward schedules, the holy grail of human obsession. B.F. Skinner proved this with animals, and tech companies use it to keep you addicted to your phone. If a pigeon pushes a button and gets food every single time, it gets bored and stops. But if the food only drops sometimes, unpredictably, the pigeon becomes obsessed. It will peck that button until its beak bleeds. You are giving out constant, predictable rewards. You are always nice. You always say yes. You always validate them. You are a broken vending machine spitting out free candy. Stop. Be warm, be brilliant, be deeply engaging, and then be entirely unavailable. Go do your work. Turn off your phone. Don't answer the text for 5 hours because you were actually busy building a life. Let them experience the agony of the unpredictable. That is the exact moment attraction turns into a fixation. You can keep trying the polite, soft, mainstream methods. You can keep chasing people, nodding along, and wondering why you feel like an afterthought. Or you can accept how the brain actually functions. Turn around, walk away, let them do the running for once.